It's Monday, so let's make it metal. Fred, what's happening, my brother?
I'm ready to rock and roll and start this week off kick-ass, V.
Absolutely. So Christmas has come early. For those
Yes.
of you who don't know, the founding of this very show has something to do with the incredible musicians that we're going to speak to shortly. A band, I even wrote something. I never write intros.
He doesn't. He usually lets me do it, but I thought, why? I'll just wear my Wings of Steel shirt. I'll have my Wings of Steel vinyl here.
Yep.
I got a guitar pick, but that's up on the wall, so.
Absolutely. So why would you start a show? Well, you start a show because it was a band that's incredibly lethal, technically precise in delivery and attitude, a band that's talent is apparent within the first 4 bars of any song you listen to. It's going to ignite your senses, your creativity, and make your hand do this many times in the air. So what do you do about it as a podcaster or a YouTuber? Well, Fred and I are from Chicago, Jason's from New York, and there's a thing that those two cities are known for in the past, and that's loyalty and respect. So what do you do? Out of respect of a band that gave us hope and reinvigorated our love of an entire genre of music, let's welcome the fine specimens from Wings of Steel. Go buy all their stuff today. They have a live album coming out, and it's going to melt your face off. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Parker and Leo from the best metal band this century. What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
What's up, gentlemen? What a lovely intro. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Absolutely. Man. Great. Yeah, you might want to grab some Kleenex to wipe your ass. I kissed your asses so much, but you guys deserve it, man. And it's great to see you guys rise and then, start touring and then do the festival circuit and then the reaction. We knew what the reaction was going to be. And then it's great to see you guys go through that with all your hard work and the mastery of your voice and your instrument. It's fantastic to see. And now people get to hear what you sound like live. I think you guys are going to break through with the live album. And, the greatest unsigned heavy metal band in the world, Wings of Steel. And it's not a slight if you're not signed, because not all deals are positive for the artist. And these guys have done it right. So tell us about the live album and the festival, man. Leo?
Yeah, so the live album, when we were on our latest tour in Europe, we played 2 shows in France, one of which was done in Lille. And without us knowing about it, the guy who helped us get that show, he ended up recording that one. And he actually came up to us after the show, and he was like, "So guess what, guys? We actually recorded this one, so you can make a live album." We were like, "Oh, dude, fuck yeah, man, that's great." So I mean, that's the short end of that one. But coming off of a great tour, I believe this was like our, what was it, like 8th show, 9th show, something like that.
Yeah.
10th show.
10th show
So,
ever. On the tour,
10th
on the tour, it was like what, the 7th show, something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was referring to, our like show for the tour. But yeah, so I mean, we were pretty grooved in at that point. So I think it came out sounding great, and with our single out now, you're able to hear how it sounds, and in not too long a future, you'll be able to hear the rest of it as well. So.
And what's really cool, like for those of you who don't know what goes on when you record a live album, a lot of bands don't necessarily ever give their best performances when they're recording a live album, because they'll record, let's say, 4 shows, and they're all nervous because they know that they're recording. Like, there may be an extra level of nervousness. Most performers are okay with their nerves, but knowing it's going to be a product that comes out. And then as a surprise recording, that's literally the ultimate snapshot, because you're not performing for the record head. You're performing for those people in the audience who followed you around Europe, from what I hear.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to be said about that. I mean, I think there's like 2 kinds of live albums most of the time, right? There's like the ones that's basically like compiled over several shows or even a whole tour. They just record the whole tour. Yeah. They take the best songs, or they just say, okay, it's one show, it's one night. and that's what it is, you know. I think the first kind is a little more common just because like it's a lot, in a sense it's easier to put that together because you have several shows of takes to choose from as opposed to just one.
Right.
Here it is. But you know, I think at the same time too, like because in our instance we didn't know it was happening and it was just taken, and it's like you said, you know, it's a really great snapshot. And like I mean, personally, you know, Leo and I, we're definitely really big perfectionists, so like had we known it was going to be a live album, we probably would have been like, okay, let's record a couple shows, make sure we have like the ultimate take. But you know, at the same time too, like it's like it's really cool because it's authentic, you know. It's
exactly.
There's nothing cherry picked about it. There's nothing like, this is just, if you go and see us live, like odds are this is what it's gonna, I mean, this is pretty much the closest accurate representation of how it's gonna sound. So I think being able to share that with our audience is really, really cool, because up until now, even though sure we have some live footage, and if they've been watching you guys, they know all about our live footage. But other than that, you know, most people just know us from our studio releases, and we haven't really been able to tour and play all that much. So I think having this out and sharing this with people is just a really cool thing for us to do at this point in time.
Right. And to the limited amount of times you've played live as a band performing to an audience, it's going to blow people away, because you usually don't get what you guys have until you're 300 shows in. Like just in, you know, just to have that in your wallet, you know what I mean? And so when you guys get 300 shows in, I can't even imagine, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't wait for that day to come. We've envisioned it 3 million times, so hopefully that did something.
Absolutely. I believe the auditoriums will be moist. You know,
guess we'll find out, man.
With anticipation, I mean.
Hey, humidity is good for your voice, you know.
Absolutely.
This is true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so so you guys are also recording. Well, you guys are also recording an album of new material, correct?
That is correct. Yes, we just pretty much a week ago today, or maybe a little over a week ago, we just finished that up. So it was the same situation as the Gates of Twilight album, where we had very limited amount of time, and we just last time we finished the day, and then I took Leo to the airport. This time we finished and we had one day to chill. So I think, we've progressed. We've gotten a lot more efficient
within budget. Yeah.
You
know, because you know, there's a lot of people who go back and forth. Oh, the album's done when it's done. A project should be a snapshot. You know what I mean? And to have a clear ending date, I don't know, I think just motivates you more. That I like to work under pressure myself. So
yeah, I mean, I think ultimately for Leo and I, the way we do it is like, you know, if whatever's inspiring to us at that time, whatever's the most inspiring thing to us, we need to take the time it takes to get that thing done properly.
Right.
And then that's it, you know. So that's why, like, you know, with the last album we did like 10 songs. For this, maybe I shouldn't say how many songs will be on this album. It's not 10,
say it when you release it and you come back and you can tell us.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Absolutely.
But you know, also there is something to be said about, like, we don't just look at it as like a quantitative thing. We're like, okay, we need 10 tracks, and then, you know, 6 of them are good, 4 of them are just like you needed something to stick to the deadline. Like we really just try to capture the most inspiring and the best shit that we can come up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the same time too, like there's something to be said about just don't beat the dead horse. Don't take too long to just get it done, and it's there. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's stressful, you know, it's tiring because you're just going constantly, but but it's just the situation we have, and we're happy to walk away with it with yet another really, really, really kick-ass album that we'll be talking about later next year. But we're trying not to talk about it too much now, because it's like we got the live album.
There is one thing that is never on a Wings of Steel product, and that is any filler. There is no filler Every song that you guys do is legit, and like you can tell, you know what I mean? Everyone knows bands that, oh man, what do we got in the demo closet that we just chuck on here so we can, we got, Playing Leaves at 3 for Barbados. You know what I mean? But
no, thanks a lot, V. I mean, it's funny because we have this process when we write music is, every time we finish up a demo, we go out in the car and we blast it as loud as we can. And that's kind of that's the quality test right there. And most of the time it's like, all right, fuck yeah, we did it again. Every now and then it'll be like, all right, you know what? This is not quite it. Maybe we can tweak it a little bit. And every now and then we'll be like, let's put this on the shelf and dig it out at some other time. So, when it's good and when it's when it would have been said filler. So we try to always keep ourselves to a high standard, and I think we did that really well on this upcoming one too.
Absolutely, and also like the car test that's been going on since the 50s. Like, okay, we got a mix. Okay, let's listen to it and let's take a drive. Because where do people spend most of their time? Listening to music is in the car.
Realistic. It's a good list. Most cars, it's like a stereo system, so you still get like a good sense of the mix. You can crank it up so it's loud. Like it's really great.
And like high fidelity was literally designed for vehicles. The cassette tape and the 8-track tape, which shorts will be available on YouTube channel this week, covering this very thing. That the cassette tape and the 8-track tape were designed specifically for vehicles, and the first 8-track player was in a Ford Thunderbird. But you had to buy a Ford in order to get an 8-track player if you were a music lover. So it's very interesting. So the Lincolns, and so it's very interesting how it's ingrained, and now it's coming back. So that even made me happier that you guys do the car test.
It's good.
But so let's listen.
Are you ready to get loud?
Listen to that crowd roar.
Are you ready to get loud? Shout! Georgia's blinded my nightmares, locked inside an iron cage. Bars of steel, chains around her ankles, knowing well she'll never be the same. Bringing her back, we'll raise her unto heaven, my grave.
Man, you guys got great sound going on that night, man. You could feel like you're in the audience, Like a lot of live albums, you don't feel that.
Some of these shows that we played, the sound was just fucking awesome, and this was one of those shows. So it was definitely one of the best ones you could have possibly recorded.
Yeah, it was a pretty big venue. It was kind of like an old theater almost. Had a really like maybe 20 or 30 foot high ceiling or something like that. Yeah. So just natural, great PA, great sound system. So naturally, it just sounded really good. So as far as then we went and got it mixed so that it's up to a good standard too. It wasn't just the raw thing that was taken from the board.
Right.
So yeah, I think we were able to do justice to really get a sound that like felt like how it must have been to be standing there in front of the stage.
Oh, totally. I can smell the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to hear your opening yelp one more time, Leah.
Okay.
Georgia's blinded my nightmares, locked inside an iron cage. Bars of steel, chains around her ankles, knowing well she'll never be the same. Bringing her back, we'll raise her unto heaven, my grave. The night of his face, she was branded for all eternity.
Dude, you are on fire, Leo, with the voice.
Thank you, my brother.
Dude, it's so fun to listen to you sing, man. As a former singer, it's just so much fun to have that. And Parker, we know you slay on the guitar, so you know what I'm saying. But as a vocalist, you know, man, awesome.
Let's rise, people. To cleanse your mind, forget your past life. You must die. To crack the stone, break code. Let it go, let it go. Bring your life, see the life from around you. See the dust, not the same. You're the rise and the fall of the future.
Dude, that was a kick-ass guitar solo as always. Soon there will be kids all over the world with posters of both you guys gracing their walls.
Now, I've seen snippets of you guys in concert. I wish we had a video here, but without the visuals, I can close my eyes and envision you guys on stage because you guys both have great stage presence, and I can envision you guys, Leo going back and forth and Parker on the guitar. You guys really create a visual with this sound.
And what's really interesting, like with, you know, okay, so a lot of hard rock bands, not all of them, but a lot of hard rock bands, metal bands, they have problem with this one word called groove. And as hard as the song is, and dude, you guys have groove, you know, and that's like hard to deliver sometimes in this type of music and have it work properly.
Absolutely. Not only do you have to be in the pocket, you have to feel the song the same way. So that means either, rushing it slightly for certain section, dragging it slightly for certain sections. That's what really gives you that feeling. And it's funny you mentioned it too, Fred, like when you close your eyes and kind of envision it. I really hope we can get out to you guys soon and play a show and you guys can come out and you get to see it for yourselves. That's going to be a fun day.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
I can't even imagine how cool that is for you guys, especially Leo being a singer. Singing and seeing the crowd back there probably singing to you. That's got to be so cool when you see them singing the songs and the lyrics. That's got to be such an incredible rush for you.
Yeah, there are a couple of songs for sure that tend to get the crowd going a lot, and there are a couple of songs that I think more of our audience know than others. I mean, we've only been at it for so long, I think it's gonna pick up. But yeah, a couple of songs they'll be singing back, and that's the shit, man. That's what you do this for. That gives you the goosebumps. That's why we're here.
I think there's a couple spots on this live album where you can actually hear some people sing along a little bit, which is really cool. So not to spoil anything, but you may notice a few little things, and which was surprising to us because we're like, fuck, we've never played in this place ever. Like, we'd be stoked if like a couple people knew the songs before, but
you get to hear Parker singing along too because there's backing vocals.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Quietly in there, but
importantly in there.
Now that's interesting too. So now, like, that how a crowd reacts live to certain things. Now, how's that going to affect your song list for your next shows? Do you know, like, oh, maybe we need to put this one more towards the end, or this is the finale song, or this moves up front?
Well, something I'll say too, not to take the focus off the Live in France album too much, but that actually, I think it definitely made a pretty notable impact on the songs that we wrote for the upcoming album.
Oh, well, yeah, for
because
sure.
the thing that we realized when we put together the set list for this last tour in Europe, we played 2 covers on that set list, and we chose to do those covers purely because we wanted to bring that kind of a dynamic to the set. But now with this new record that we have, I think all of our bases are like completely covered, so we can deliver the dynamic of a set that we really want to. So,
totally. I'm sure you guys brought that energy right with you, and you just went right back at you, audience. Unbelievable. You guys are killing it, man. Nice sound, dude.
Damn.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yet
You guys
again.
have got to be so thrilled how that came out. That is you guys in a nutshell right there. Shit.
Yeah,
And you guys,
it's fun to hear it back with, real good audio quality and everything, because that's exactly how it felt when you were there. So that's great,
And you guys have already sold out on your first run of vinyl.
Well, we've there's 2 colors of vinyl that we made.
Yeah.
So we did an exclusive France edition that was it's like this really cool, they call it like blue red tie-dye.
Okay.
And like white. We wanted to get like the French colors on there.
Sure.
So that was kind of a cool design that achieved that. So we did 125 copies of that, and then 100 of them were being sold by this basically the biggest rock magazine in France called Rock Hard France.
Right on.
And they sold out within 24 hours. So that was really great. We still have, as of like right now when we're talking, there's we have 8 left that we're selling here in the US. So they're probably not going to be sticking around for that much longer.
The word is out.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. December 13th, the live album comes out.
That's right. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
And I got to tell you guys, you know, we're not hiding what a huge fans Vince and I are you. And every time last year when I used to tell people about Wings of Steel, they go, "Who? I got to check them out." And they'd write it down, and I'd say, "Make sure you check them out." Now, when I tell people Wings of Steel, I get more and more people go, "Oh, I've heard of them. They're awesome." So the word is getting out. You guys are getting known and fast.
That's great.
Let me do a reaction when I put your song on and I got buddies at the house and they haven't heard you.
Yeah, that's always
that's great,
always
man.
the best is when they have no idea what's coming.
Sit them down in the car with you.
What the fuck is that? Who is that? They're like, what? As soon as they hear us scream, they're like, who is that? I'm like, I told you. I'm like, you didn't check them out like I asked you to. But literally every big guest that's on this show, either on the show or in the green room, we go, hey, make sure you check this band out. They would be great to come on the road with you. Like, these guys kill it. Like, dude, everybody. We're not, I mean, you know what I mean? I'm like, these guys need to be out there. And you will, man. You're going to break through soon, man.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
You,
and, you know, couldn't happen to two more deserving people and as the rest of the band. But, you know what I mean?
Appreciate that. Yeah, you know, we put everything we got into this, and it's really cool to see that it's a lot of people are getting with it. You know, it's great. Yeah. It really is. Last time we were on air, I asked you guys a question. I think you guys asked us what song we would like to cover, or what band we would like to cover, and I asked you what band should cover us. Yeah. So this time, let me ask you, after hearing this song, I'm not going to tell you whether you're right or wrong, but what song do you think comes after this one on the live album?
Oh, they actually might know because
they might.
People. We've leaked this piece of information, but not very wide. Just a guess.
What would come after if this is the first song?
It's not the first song in the set.
Ah, okay. So I won't say okay. I have no idea. Let me look at all the song titles and then figure out from there.
I'll just throw out Liar and Love.
Okay.
Solid guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Solid guess.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. I would say Garden of Eden.
Cool.
Also a very good guess.
Just because I like that song a
lot. We'll have to wait. Well, actually, I think Leo. I think we announced the track listing of the album somewhere. I think.
Did we? I don't know that we did.
I don't remember. But
if I don't know about it, we probably shouldn't do it again.
It'll be if anybody who saw it, they saw it, that's great. They get picked it up. Everybody else just hang tight until December 13th
and we won't spoil it. But definitely, yeah, everyone needs to go right now and pre-order. Where can we pre-order, guys? wxsofficial.com?
wxsofficialband.com, that's right.
Sorry.
And then also for our fans in Europe, even though the special color ones have sold out that were being sold in Europe, we will still have the black vinyl and the CD available from our good friends at Underground Power Records. Yeah. I believe that's just undergroundpowerrecords.com. I think that's where they have
.de, maybe?
I think it's
can't remember.
.com. I don't know.
Whatever it is. Underground Power Records on Google will take you straight to it.
Yeah. We have the links in our social media too, so you can dig around there if you can't decipher the words coming out of our mouth right now.
Right on. And if you'd like to check out another live performance by Wings of Steel acoustically, you guys did a television show in France that also featured Slash in that episode. And you guys did
the AXS TV. Is that Leo? Do you know if that's on YouTube right now?
I know that it was on YouTube as part of a bigger thing.
Yeah.
I have not seen it as like an upload on its own, though. Not yet.
Yeah. That's how I saw it, guys, out of that half-hour show with Slash in it.
That's and there was only one song you saw from that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we actually played 3. So at some point in the future, there'll be more unplugged coming your way.
And if you'd like to check out some stories about how they recorded it, check out the last time the guys were on the show, and they talked about how people were surprised when it was time to do a mic check, and Leo opened his mouth and vocalized. If I had hair, I'd make it look like it was all blown back, but just imagine, But right on, man, right on. All right, so what do you guys got going for the holidays, and what does 2025 look like for you?
Well, other than, of course, we've been talking about this whole time, this live album coming out December 13th. We're actually planning to do some, hopefully a lot more touring next year than we did this year. We've already got a couple performances scheduled. The first one will be next March. We're playing this festival called Up the Hammers in Greece.
Oh, right on.
I think there's a couple. Who's it on? The Crimson Glory's on that festival too. There's a couple other really cool bands. So if you're out in Greece, come check us out. And then we'll be going back to Europe June through July, hitting some festivals, doing some headline shows, and then somewhere in there, mixed in amongst all this touring, we'll be releasing some new singles from the upcoming album, and then the full album itself we don't have an exact date yet, but it'll probably be coming up sometime in the middle of the summer, late summer. We'll see. Hang tight, stay tuned. But yeah, so in a nutshell, that's it.
Well, right on. And I just want to thank you guys for being such a kick-ass band that we started a whole show to feature other kick-ass metal music. And you guys have now been featured on the show more than anyone. I believe you're at 21, 22, something like that.
Yes.
So you are the kings of
Thank
guests and, princes, of course, gentlemen and fantastic musicians. We couldn't be more prouder of you guys, because we see ourselves as your adopted American uncles. And, we just want to see you guys do the best and take over the world, because the world needs to. You've created the music the world now needs, and maybe everyone can chill out for a little bit, put on some Wings of Steel, and talk to each other.
Amen. Absolutely. Amen. Yeah. Thank you, V. Thank you, Fred. You guys fucking rock, man. Thanks for having us on again.
Thank you, guys. Best of luck with the live album. I know it's going to kick ass, and even best of luck with the new album when we see it in the summer. And God, I'd love to see you guys somewhere touring. So it's on our bucket list to see you guys somewhere. Road trip, Vince. You want to go to Greece?
Yeah, maybe. You can either go on a European vacation, or we're trying to book some stuff in the U.S. Obviously, we've talked many times about the hurdles we have to book shows out here.
Yeah.
But we're going to do everything that we can next year to hope to finally bring this band and take it around the U.S. So,
well, we know some promoters on Chicago who you can get booked, so
definitely, yeah. Vince has some people he knows, so man, we'd love to get you out here.
Yeah, and we're tunage, the whole reaction thing, and sharing excellent music. Can't announce what it is, but I'm working on something that could share more music with artists like yourselves on a grander scale. I'm working on it. That's all I can say at the moment. But, if you guys can work that hard, I can work that hard too. So best of luck to you, gentlemen. Fred, love you, brother. Love you guys.
Love you, Parker, Leo. Best of luck. You guys rock.
And
thanks for giving us great music.
Like every other Monday, put on some Wings of Steel. Make it metal.